If you can hold it, throw it, and slap it, then it's probably hardware. Let's talk about that on my show, Computer Basics with Caleb. Hardware is the physical parts of your computer. For example, the mouse, the keyboard, and your monitor would be hardware, but they're actually the external hardware of your computer. And the chips, wires, and power supply inside the computer is called the internal hardware. It's very similar to the different parts of your body. Your hands, your feet, and my ugly face would be considered my external hardware.
Who are you calling ugly?
And my heart, my lungs, my brain would be considered my internal hardware. Your brain and nervous system have a lot in common with computers, believe it or not. For example, if you put your hand in pistol hot water, your brain then tells your hand with your reflexes to pull it out to prevent further damage, right? In computer terms, that would be called input and output. The input starts when you put your hand in the water. The signals are telling your hand how hot it is. Then those signals are being brought to your brain. Your brain is processing that information. Now, if it's too hot, your brain sends an output to your arm to pull your hand out of the water. Let's hope that your brain is quick enough, but then again, you did put your hand in that hot water. Yeah.
What are you, some kind of moron?
The same process happens when you're using your keyboard. When you put the input into your keyboard, it's sending that information to your computer, and then it processes that information, and then sends that output to your screen, and then you see what you just typed. Most of your hardware has a protective shell around it, designed to keep all the parts inside nice and safe. And when it's open, you'll see circuit boards and wires and stuff. But before you open that up, I have a warning for you. This is a warning. Computers can be dangerous. Do not touch anything inside your computer if you're not sure of your safety. You can do a lot of harm to yourself or even kill yourself. If you are not careful, your computer has high voltage and you can start an electrical fire. Old monitors, even when they are unplugged, can start enough voltage to kill you. Any electrical devices have a user manual that will list all the dangers, and they will tell you how to dispose of your electronics. Broken computers not disposed of properly can damage the environment and poison our planet. You can even damage your own electronics just with the static electricity your body is carrying. So please keep yourself and your computers safe.
You better stop messing around. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to put the fear of God in you. Computers can be real dangerous if you ain't careful.
But if you were to open up your computer safely, inside you will see what's called the motherboard. The motherboard connects everything together, and if you damage this, your ship is sunk.
Ah, poop deck. There's a hole in me motherboard.
Connected to your motherboard are very important components, like your CPU, your RAM, your storage drive, and your video card. But let's first talk about the CPU. This is where all the hard work is being done. This is your stallion, your steed, your Seabiscuit.
Did somebody say biscuit?
CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. The CPU is similar to a car motor. For example, a semi-truck and a race car both have motors, but one is designed to haul a lot of weight, and the other one is designed for speed. This means that each CPU is different. They have their different tasks, their designs, and their different strengths. But the CPU is not designed to store memory. Let's talk about RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. You could consider it the brain's short-term memory. It's actually very fast, but it holds very little data. But the RAM is very good at multitasking. Ooh, squirrel. On the RAM, you can run multiple programs on it. It's kind of like a kitchen. If you had a small kitchen, it would be very difficult to cook more than one dish.
Please stop. That turkey won't fit.
But if you had a very large kitchen, you could cook enough food for an army. Next, let's talk about the storage drive. In the brain of the computer, it would be considered its long-term memory. It's very similar to a storage unit. You can hoard and cram as much information that you want as long as you have enough space. Normally we would call this the hard drive, but there's much faster ways of storing that information now, called an SSD or solid-state drive. The solid-state drive is faster than a hard drive, but it's a little expensive, so hard drives are still important today. Next, let's talk about the video card, or the graphics card. The video card is in charge of putting a picture up on your screen. But a graphics card is more advanced than a video card because it helps with rendering 3D graphics. Very shiny. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a graphics card, but if you're playing video games with super crazy graphics, you're going to want to add a little bit of cash in there, yeah.
Don't complain if you don't got the money, honey.
As you can see, hardware is very complicated. Computers are complicated. I love them!
Excuse me, Mr. Caleb, but you didn't mention anything about software.
Crap. Yes, of course I was going to talk about software. That was my plan. I was hoping you would not notice. In our next video, we're going to talk about software. Is it actually soft? Like a bunny?
I don't think so.
Hello, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to learn more about computer basics, please subscribe to this channel. Also, if you have any weird question, just throw it down in the comments down below. You know, we all need some help. I would love to talk to you in the comment section. Please, I encourage it. I really want to talk to you. What's up, bro? How you doing? Yeah? You got a problem with your printer? Did you try to unplug it? Plug it in, do my thing. So, thank you guys. Love you all. Adios.